Hey, it is Ross Fertel, faithful reader on the forums, coming to you with a trio of spoilers from Alternate Universe Twilight, and thank God I can finally sing like a canary about this. The Twilight portion of this set, I imagine this is going to be one of the keynote features of this set. 1 year from now, I'd be surprised if this isn't the most played part of the set, though I could see people making a case for the Voyager portion. But this is really cool. This is a space that neither game has really played in before. So we're going to start with the pieces that make the deck work. The Destruction of Earth, which plays on the time location. It automatically gets rid of your discard pile, which if it's during your seed phase, you probably don't have, but anything that's placed in your discard pile is automatically removed from the game. You want to keep track of that stuff for cards like the NX-01 Enterprise. And I have an article on the front page for how crazy and wacky that can get. If you really want to push yourself, it can get a little wacky. You could get into the double digits. It's entirely within reason. And of course, it all comes together with the Survivors Settlement, a time location, the very first time location that's actually in the alternate universe. So, there are tricks that you can do with this deck. Enjoy yourselves with it. Everything that I mentioned after this is considered advanced. There are tricks you can do with this, but they are advanced. They are not easy to pull off. I do not recommend them, but they are options. So you'll notice that this mission will let you play Universal 22nd Century personnel and ships. Sorry, 22nd personnel. Words. 22nd humans and ships. So I'll include a link down below in the description of Universal 22nd Century ships and humans. So if you really want to do something funky, you can play non-aligned or other era ships, other affiliation universal ships, as long as they're universal accounts. The only question is, how do you get them to a place where you can actually, do something with them? Well, you can seed a treaty. That's one way to do it. If there's a matching commander, you can download them. But you do need a way to make the ship workable. So that's one trick you can do. Looking at the Universal Starfleet human personnel, there are additional tricks you can do. The download of the Destruction of Earth is not mandatory. And there are some good-looking mirror quadrant ships that you can play with. And note that the time location does give you a specific exemption for the mirror quadrant. So Ensign Tamara gives you a download of regeneration, which you need a discard pile for. So if you don't do the download of the Destruction of Earth, you've got access to that regeneration. Again, I do not recommend this. This is something you could do if you really want to. It's an option. The other trick that I saw was with the Twilight, whose name is escaping right now. I am sorry. He's got a download of Agony Booth, which gives you a benefit when you solve a mission with that ship or win a battle with that ship. So, not sure about the battling, but the missions offer 3 card draws, which is nothing to sneeze at, especially when there's a mirror quadrant ship that has a boost to the range at a planet mission. And also this trick is destruction of Earth friendly. Of course, there's negative consequences for not doing so. So, I don't know, don't have the ship there when you're going to be failing a mission. Yeah. So, there are things you can do with this. There are tricks you can do, especially if you want to be a little riskier than normal with it. Yeah, this is a fun little trilogy of cards. Yeah. So that's all that I have to say. Thank you very much for listening. Tomorrow will be the final episode of the series. There are cool things that you can do. Yeah. Thank you very much for listening. Have fun with the cards, and I will talk to you. Hey, this is Ross. I'm back with post commentary. Taking a look at the cards, it does appear as though the requirement for only playing Starfleet does not appear on Survivor Settlement, only on the Destruction of Earth. So you can still play non-Starfleet cards, you just can't use the Destruction of Earth in order to do so. Also, and this is about as neat a trick as you can think of, if you're playing this mission, you're probably playing SETI Alpha 5. And if you are, you could always just Preserver Obelisk to get 23rd Century Con onto the planet. Again, not recommended. But you can get a good personnel out there with some pretty good skills. Let me see if he can solve the mission. I'm not sure offhand. But yeah, he's got a skill. He can give you extra 5 points when solving the mission. So yeah, something you can do. Not absolutely sure that you should do it, but it is something that you can do. All right, that's all that I have for real this time. Take care.